So Texans OTAs have been happening, and as you can see at the top of my feed, we have Texans Jacob talking about Keelan Rutledge there. But we're going to talk about some things that have been going on throughout the Texans organization. Obviously, things like Danielle Hunter deserves to be on this list. Doesn't really matter to me. It's just what has been going on throughout OTAs. I think Texans Jacob does a really good job of covering stuff like this. So we're going to go to his page first, and you can see here. Um, CJ Stroud is taking snaps from Keelan Rutledge during walkthroughs, which is nice to see. You can see Braden Smith here. It does look like Ed Ingram potentially right there. Um, or maybe that's. No, that does look like Ed Ingram. Um, and then obviously you can see the rest of the buildup with Tay and then Teller at the left hand side. We know that's pretty much shoot in at this point. But it does look like Braden Smith's the starting right tackle. It does look like Ed Ingram is going to keep his spot at the starting right guard, and Keelan Rutledge is going to snap in at center. Um, and then Stutz and Locker, who are able to go to OTAs, is they're saying that Stroud and Mills both led situational touchdown drives, 1 minute down 7 with one timeout. Stroud connected with Knoll, which is nice to see. And I do believe he's taking the starting slot reps right now. Um, but Keelan Rutledge is mainly the first team center with Jake Andrews rotating in there as well. Justin Watson currently getting the backup slot reps, which I thought is interesting. I thought it'd be Lewis Bond, which they do say he's having a good day. And then Wade Woodez is the guy that's flying to the football. With the EJ Speed injury, I do think that Wade Woodez is going to be the starter for us. Foster Moreau, who's becoming a fan favorite, spoke when stating he knows what his role is to Texans voice and John Harris. He said he's not blind to what his position is on the team. He's here for leadership, skill development, help the young guys out. Brevin does a great job of helping us out, too. He's an excellent player. I call him the best kept secret in the National Football League. He's been on IR these last 2 years. Oh, man, that guy's got juice. When you see runs routes, he kicks ass. And we all default to 86. He's the big dog. He's got a lot of juice. That's a guy. How can I help the team and try to put a bull on the ring? So, he's saying that Brevin Jordan is something to watch out for. I mean, we already know the athleticism that Brevin Jordan possesses. It's just whether or not he stays out on the field. This comes from my good friend Stressens. I don't know if he'll be watching this video, but what's up, Stressens, if you're watching? But yeah, things that we noticed throughout Tank Dell's back, catching passes. Just being involved is a big thing. You can see that Aaron Wilson, or I'll show you an Aaron Wilson tweet that shows that he's just been slightly coming back. His development has been good, but it's nice to see him out there on the field. No Marlon Klein at practices. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. Other than that, yeah, big development. Tank Dell, light stuff, light workout. This is the Marlon Klein stuff I was talking about. Marlon Klein is at practice Thursday after missing on Tuesday, where D'Amico Ryans gave no update on his status. No helmet means he's working back from whatever injury he had, but appears to not be something of concern. Texans did sign Lewis Hanson and waived Waltall, which I thought hurt a little bit just because I thought he was a decent player to incarnate Word. Obviously, a big guy for Stressens, but Texans did waive him. Marlon Klein is in fact was in fact present at practicing at least. Jamal Hill, a good special teams guy, one of the best in the league in terms of special teams, just because of his pure athleticism. Has been recovering from wrist surgery. He has a club right now. He'll be fine during the season, so nothing to worry about there. A lot of praise for Darren Sproles. This is something I really liked, something I wanted to share. D'Amico Ryan spoke about the receiving ability of the running backs as something that will be a bigger part of the offense this year. Been working more with the routes with our backs, catching some passes out the backfield, some option routes, some screen plays. Woody Marks was 10th in average reception yards for a running back last year just because he had that big reception against, was it the Cardinals? No, it wasn't the Cardinals. He was hurt in that game. Oh, it was the Titans early on in the season. I don't know how I messed that up. It's week 4 against the Titans where he had that big reception, I believe. But I mean, This happened a couple days ago, but Casario said the offense is much farther along the season than it was in the last part of the off season. He said that everything starts with CJ. It's probably been the best spring he's had since he's been here. Had a really good offseason, trained well. His on-field demeanor, his presence, his communication, his ownership, his leadership of the offense stood out. Just something I thought that was interesting to point out. Lewis Bond working with the ones and twos there. Something that maybe some people didn't expect. We watched the film. We know how good of a player he is. I love Lewis Bond, but some people still don't expect it all too much. But hey, the film doesn't lie. That's all I gotta say. Where is the Aaron Wilson? Oh, we can go to Stressens. Stressen's got some good stuff always. Jaden Higgins had an interview. Woody Marks potentially being a kick returner. That could be interesting. Frank Ross said he likes running backs back there, which is why. Just looked at that. Could see the receiver drills here with Lewis Bond being start of it. This is the Darren Sproles praise that I'm talking about. I don't think there's going to be volume, but he doesn't get starstruck very often, says Frank Ross. But when Darren Sproles walked in, that was unique for me. He's out here helping us with our returners while he's here. What he and I have been talking about is how he can get Jalen to slow down instead of try to circle everybody like he's been doing his whole life. We've been doing some drills with him. He's a tough worker and willing to listen. You're going to see dividends of that come this season when you have a guy like Jalen, like Tank. We got a chance to go the distance in terms of the return game. This is Nick Caley talking on David Montgomery. His body work will speak for itself. Runs behind his pads, stays grounded. Arm tackles aren't getting it done. He's going to try to run through you every single chance. He can set guys up. He understands how to set blocks and be able to help deliver defenders to the blockers. His pass game production, he's got a really good feel. He's refined, takes a lot of pride in his route running. He brings a lot. Just saying he's a multifaceted piece on the offense, which the Texans really need. So good to see. On David Montgomery just getting praise from his offensive coordinator. I think we'll use him in a variety of different ways this season. This was a big one. Texans offensive line, while shorthanded at a bit at this stage of offseason, taking on some consistency. Sorry, I just don't know why I can't read right now. I guess it is 12:25 in the morning, so the reason why I can't read is because I'm tired. But even with right tackle Braden Smith limited as he works his way back from neck injury from last season, Ariante Ursary continues to improve at left tackle next to Pro Bowler, or former Pro Bowler, Wyatt Teller. A lot of snapping for Keelan Rutledge with C.J. Stroud, Ed Ingram at right guard, right tackle, manned by Blake Fisher, while Smith watching along with veteran swing tackle Trent Brown. So it does look like it will be an offensive line of Ursary, Teller, Rutledge, Ingram, Smith. Headed into next year, it seems like Blake Fisher is the one stepping up right now, but obviously when Braden Smith's able to go, he will be able to go. Good day for the Texans offense at OTAs, which is interesting. Daniil Hunter and Sheldon Rankins expected at mandatory minicamp, but not there at voluntary practices right now. Not practicing Marlon Klein, Tank Dell, Braden Smith, Lane Pryor, Logan Hall, and Nico dressed out but limited. Practicing Jamal Hill, wrist surgery, and then Trent Brown back to practice, but it looks like it was, in fact, Blake Fisher that was at right tackle. This is how Will looks right now. I mean, he's huge. Will Anderson Jr.'s mentality seems like everyone wants to make it past the divisional hump. Told the guys, I've been here for 4 years. In the last 3 years, we haven't got past the second round. The sense of urgency in the building's high. What we're trying to achieve is high. You can get with the program or figure it out. Simple as that. And it's nice to know that that's the mentality of the team. Rockets got new uniforms, but that doesn't really matter for us. But we can go in here. They them all up together. No, they don't. The red are my favorite. Wherever they are. Money.
Champion.
Oh, they just switched away. These red things are just money. Love them. Obviously waived Waltall. Go to Aaron Wilson. Stroh's lost today, but gonna have to go check out the Aaron Wilson live. I didn't realize that he was live today. Um, Promoting the YouTube a lot just because it is a very dead point of the off season right now. At least we got some practices and stuff. You can see he's kind of just talking about things that are. Oh, Texans did agree to terms today with Kalen Rutledge, including a fifth-year option, obviously. 10.5 million signing bonus, and then a $20 million deal. So $5 million a year for a center is great. Took a while, in my opinion, but finally got the deal across. I think that is every single rookie signed. I could be wrong. I mean, Woodaz and Klein, I remember being signed a while ago. Who else did we grab? Caden McDonald, I believe, was signed as well. So I do think that we do have everyone. I think that is all the Texans news. These are just players walking out. Corners getting some work in. I hope to do some interesting stuff on this channel. Right now we're just covering news, but I hope to potentially get some players to speak to, interview. Obviously that means my face will be on here for the first time ever, but if I get some players to interview, then obviously I don't mind. Fabechi Wiwu's potentially been a diamond in the rough. That's what a lot of people have been saying. And I think that is pretty much everything. I could search up Fabechi's name. You can see I just look at NFL stuff, so. Nope. Don't really care about these accounts. Fabechi Weeboo. Our guy Weeboo. I don't know where to put it. I guess not, but I did remember seeing something about him being potentially a diamond in the rough. Yeah, I guess not, but there was something being said on Weeboo. I just don't know where. Whatever. I think that is pretty much everything, though. So, I do hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's just news for right now. There's not really much going on. It is kind of a dead point of the off season, but we're ramping up, slowly getting closer to football. It's June. Once training camp rolls around, might get a couple signings in there that we could talk about and stuff. Go to Cody Stutes, see what he said. Said Tank Dell was on the field during one of the final team portions of the day. Most he's done with the media present since his injury. I believe that's pretty much it. Been a lot of interviews and stuff. Looks like Jalen Knoll's pretty involved. We can see what Landry's saying. Oh, just joking around. Spot turned around in the crowd's funny. Appears to be a rest day for Klein. I think it is in a small little tweak or something for him, which is keeping him out. Go to the official Texans account. Sign Keelan Rutledge, obviously. Nico toe taps. Tank Dell back out in the field. I think that is pretty much everything. So maybe we got some clips from previous days. No. Oh, Lewis Bond out there making some moves. He seems to be impressing people. I really like Lewis Bond. Good throw there by Stroud. I think that's about it. Klein making a nice grab there. These are from a while ago. We're a little deep into OTAs, but Josh Kelly, nice grab there. I'm calling right. UDFA on UDFA. Stingley almost got a pick. Beautiful ball to Knoll. Obviously, no one out there, though. And I do believe that is everything. So yeah, if y'all did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, subscribe. All the support does really help, so I do appreciate it. But yeah, please be sure to like, subscribe, and as always, it's Texans Takeover, and I'm out. Peace.